Okay, so I know not too long ago we did something about prisons, right? And the dude was like profiting off the prison system in Memphis. I think that was with you guys.
I don't remember that.
No,
You and I talked about it like over the phone a long time ago.
I thought maybe that was with you guys. Anyway,
How,
the
how was he profiting off of it?
how was he profiting off of it?
Yeah.
He was giving deals to friends, like government contracts for commissary and stuff, and then getting paid on the side. I think it was with you guys because Rob even
Sounds
paused and was like, "Look at him sweat."
Sound familiar. Sound very familiar.
Anyway, anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure he. Anyway, the U.S. prison system is broken. It's like slave labor. It's terrible. Like bad conditions. But we go across the pond and we go to Norway and we see a maximum security prison. We're just gonna go through some photos. This man here is wearing a jersey. He's got shoes with laces. You don't get that in U.S. prisons. He has a full bed, sheets, pillow,
Is that Fiji water?
curtains, Fiji water, furniture. You don't get that in prison. You don't have a
Nice.
dorm style living. You have like 4 prisoners in a
It'd be
cell.
four, yeah, there'd be 4 people in that space.
So let's go next.
That's
You
not
get you
it.
get like a living room area
That's $1,000 a month apartment.
in Columbus easily.
A
Next,
1,000. That's more than 1,000.
More than that, maybe like 1,500, honestly.
let's press the next one. Like you get plants, they play volleyball with the guards. Guards don't have. I didn't see a gun on her. Like what U.S. jail? You know he don't got a gun and like 40 clips backed up.
Ear
Well,
gas.
This is
They got a mosque for people with different denominations. Let's go ahead and press next. Fresh fruit in jail,
was
not
avocados,
gruel.
pineapples.
Fruit.
Well, how am I supposed to cut this open? That's my question. There's
You
ginger, man. They got
knives.
everything. Oh my goodness.
Press next. Arts and crafts. You know, like prison is supposed to be rehabilitation. Like these people have done something generally awful or illegal, and we have to get them ready to come back into population, right? That's what jail is.
Arts
They
crafts.
look like they got it going pretty good.
I will
Press
say,
next.
Yeah, I got a point on this when we're done.
Yeah, I got something to say on this.
pottery
Next one.
and woodcrafting is very relaxing.
It is. Look at that.
Music.
Music.
And make
Channel
music.
all that anger and all that bad decisions into something positive, something creative. That way, when you leave this maximum penitentiary, you can be productive and not just angry because you've been here for 15 years. Press next.
Maximum.
These motherfuckers playing PlayStation. And the guards just
All right,
kicking it.
send me now. Hey Darren, we gotta do some crazy shit in Norway.
Nah, they'll just send you
blow
back here,
all
bro.
these niggas out into
Yeah, they'll just deport you back here and you'll get stuck in our jails. They don't shoot you there.
Become a
Alright,
Norwegian
So
citizen.
I was gonna say,
Look at that.
yeah, on Elliott's point of like how it's a rehabilitation center, like the way I view U.S. prisons and stuff is most people go into prison. It is a school for crime.
How to do it better.
Yeah, you go in there and you learn how to not get caught. You go in there and learn 3 more, criminal attributes or whatever else. Like it compounds because it's not a rehabilitation. It's just confinement with more people that are like-minded and want to find a way to beat that system more. So it's 2 completely different outlooks.
I've seen people go to jail and come back out a year later, 20, 30 pounds lighter. Like, that shit's not good for you, your mental, your physical, your anything. Like, those people look like he gained weight. Like, he looked pretty healthy to me.
Oh, they're eating good. I really do agree with this, but I also think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. I'll follow up after you.
I was just gonna end up with saying like it would be a volume thing though. They know people incarcerated here versus there. Just paying for all accommodation. And that's where I think we would need to at least clear out like
Non-violent
and
offenders.
yeah, like people there for an ounce of weed, shit like that. Like,
Stupid shit.
yeah, non-violent offenders, like let's at least move them out, from there. But that's enough for me.
We rebuilt the jail systems, like, made jails modern and not ironclad, barricaded castles. Like, made them hospitable, actually put people inside that are trained. Like, bipolar disorder is a thing. Like, these people are going through post-traumatic stress. Like, imagine leaving your life, going here for 15 years, and then they're like, oh, yep, you can leave now. Like, how much of a shock that would be, how jarring that would be? Like, what am I about to do? How am I going to support myself? I came in with $100 in the 80s and I'm leaving with that $100. Like, what am I about to do? I don't know what a cell phone is. I don't know how to use Google. Like, what the fuck? Can you imagine?
No.
That shit's crazy. Like, there's no, like, they need to have like a career center.
Let me go ahead. So let me start by saying I had a coworker who was from Norway recently, past year or so. And we've had this pretty much the same conversations, except it was about whooping kids. In Norway, it's actually legal to whoop your kid. So I'm not surprised by this at all, because they're very much more what is the word? Less making sense of things sometimes, I would say, right? Because this makes sense. I don't think anybody disagrees with the rehabs, and essentially that's what your prison is supposed to be. You're supposed to go there and get rehabilitated to be a citizen again,
Contributing
right?
member of society.
Yeah. And I agree with Nate's point that you go to our prisons, probably become a better criminal. Speaking of, I've met two people probably in the past month that actually got out of jail. And one dude pretty much told me, like, bruh, you like how easy it would be for him to go back to what pretty much landed him back in jail and be more productive in it. Obviously, I think everybody's rooting for him that he doesn't go back to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But also
aren't there.
But also, well, that's the thing. There are. I've met these people while working, so there are options out there. But
Sustainable options, though, with progression, highly doubt.
Yes, there are. Maybe you stay at the same space, but being a productive citizen, sometimes you have to grow yourself out of where you're at, right?
Systemically, Darren, I don't see it.
I didn't get to that point yet. Let me get to that. So the biggest problem with the U.S. system and why this will never happen is because it's private prisons. They're not owned by the government. They're owned by Jim Bob Jackson. That's essentially what it is. They're private prisons. Now, if I own a private prison and I live in America, what's the most important thing to me? Making money. That's what everything is. Now you get money from the government and you telling these prisoners to work on things that will eventually be sold at Walmart for ridiculously higher than what it was made for, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is two different things. That pottery that they're making in Norway is not going to be sold in Walmart.
Given away, maybe. Or something. Like you said, that kind of goes back to what LA was saying earlier with the basically being slave labor. It's all profit driven. Like, you guys are completely right.
Private prisons are the new slave plantation. That's all it is.
It's self, like, once again, and that's what I meant by the opportunities. It's self-serving. They're not interested in investing in rehabilitation.
Because it's not.
It
doesn't bring more money. Yeah, it doesn't bring more money.
Need repeat offenders. You need them to come back.
America's big business.
It's so fucked up.
It is.
It's so fucked up.
No, I mean,
You're selling the
America's big
product.
business. America's big business. Norway is more of a
we're a ruthless capital society for the most part. And I've had this discussion with LA before a bunch of times. My wife, like, to be a true capitalist, morals can't be part of your purview. Like, you don't earn money from a moral standpoint. That's how you limit. That's a limiting factor. So pure capitalism ignores morals.
Yep. And that's
I have a question about that. And especially in today's society where everything is so PC, um, and all these companies have a PR team. Like for instance, during Pride Month, you see how all these companies change their what do you call it? Their images, their cover art to their social media
logo emblem.
Yeah, they have the gay pride flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, wouldn't you say in today's society it does help you? You can capitalize off morality.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just another thing that it's almost expected, and then it's just like a, I don't know, stay in your lane kind of deal.
Public opinion. That's
Public opinion, yeah.
You're essentially just trying to win public opinion.
Right.
It's
And
still
that's just,
immoral.
it's not, most of those people probably don't give two shits one way or another about the movement. But
I guarantee,
like he said, it's not necessarily staying on culture, on public opinion.
I guarantee you some of those CEOs are still telling their children not to be that type of way.
So gotta do it, get some of the money.
That's America.
Also, I wanted to say off Darren's point of prisoners being slaves. Yeah, I've heard that multiple times. I think technically by law, by our constitution, they are less than human. Am I correct?
They're still slaves. If you literally go to the 13th Amendment, it literally says slavery is abolished unless the person pretty much did a crime and they're serving the state, essentially. So what did a lot of people, if you were rich and able to do, and you read that, you bought a private prison.
So we should probably buy a private prison here soon.
And that's what chain gangs become. Well, honestly, no, Rob is probably not wrong. If you want to do something like this, own a private prison and then make all of these changes.
Oh no, we
do
ain't doing
all
that.
of these things.
I told you what I'm doing. I'm serving these niggas at McDonald's every day.
I promise you.
Drop it off.
And I guarantee you, you will have so many prisoners trying to get transferred into your prison. Yep.
How do you make money doing that though?
They all make YouTube videos.
Maybe it's not about making money. Maybe it's exactly what we were saying before.
Right, that's the right answer.
And it's about the public opinion. It's about the public opinion and change it.
But we turn it into a gym and we all go into the league.
We all go into the league. Get the fuck out of here. No, really, it would take somebody with a unself-serving, like almost a philanthropist kind of to get it started. Like it could be a popular move. Like it could happen, but somebody would have to lose money. And it's just like any other change, in my opinion, like any other big change, somebody has to be willing to lose money, and no one ever will.
Rob.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out. You know how we can fix this? We start the first jail NFL league.
Ooh, like the video game?
Yeah, like you're in jail and you play for the league. You make money for the jail, and then everybody does better. Like you can do better psychiatrists. Like, oh, like here comes the Jacksonville Cell Block C team. Like, I go watch a game. Fuck it, I go watch.
Is the
$25 tickets?
I go watch.
Hey, is the Rock going to be?
Let me tell you what. No.
Yeah, the Rock's gonna be there.
LA. Let me tell you why this ain't gonna work.
Why?
First off, they tried this in a movie called Long and Short.
But it was great.
Let's say you able to fight your op on the field that's in a totally different prison.
I'm down, bro. It's like gladiators with football. You can't. I'm sold.
The only difference is I'm not giving them health insurance.
Surprised you're not pitching like a death race kind of deal right now.
Honestly,
I need to go find who's the commissioner right now at the NFL. I need to go talk to him.
Roger Goodell.
I need to go talk to Mr. Goodell.
All we need to do is get television.
How old is Roger Goodell?
Darren, if we get television rights and get this shit on TV,
bro, it's over. Jails are gonna be perfect.
I guarantee you'll do better than the XFL. I
Better.
guarantee you'll do better than the Spring Football League.
Better.
Your focus group.
And then you can have the female jails too.
Y'all might have came up with Y'all might have came up with $1 billion idea in front of everybody.
That's fine.
Somebody's already on it.
All we need is a television deal. If we probably won't get Fox or CBS or something, but we might be good on Spike TV.
I'm down. Well, what's
TV's
Joe
still wrong.
Rogan on? We can get on Joe Rogan's TV show.
He's on
Who in the
Spotify.
hell is going to go into all these prisons and recruit these players and give them equipment and stuff?
We don't have to. They got cell
Derek, this all
phones
you
in
gotta
jail
do.
now. They'll come to
I want
us.
Nick Saban this bitch. I'm gonna walk in there and be like, "Hey, you a big dude."
LA, if you
You
feel
ever play
comfortable,
football?
I'll plug you in at the end of this. See how did you get
I don't feel bold.
So essentially, the first step of this is asking grown men in prison, "Hey, would you be willing to play football?
Basketball, lacrosse, whatever sport is your privy.
Would you be
Based
willing to play that
boxing.
on
Years off your prison
TV
sentence.
so your
Did you
family
really
could
just say
get money?"
lacrosse?
Your family
would-
get money, yeah.
That's probably the best thing out of it. Either you get money for when you get out of prison, or your family gets money so you're not getting
Like
out.
those
But
life
at least,
sentencers.
yeah,
Like they
at
got
least
nothing
you
to lose.
provide it. Yeah, at least you
Commissary.
provide.
Commissary, they can supply themselves. I think there's nothing but benefits.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with y'all.